and viewers, welcome to this section. So today we're going to understand, irrespective of all the features that we have added in our business plan, we come up with a thorough understanding. But still, we see that people actually fail in the new concept. So why is it so? This is Dr. Meera Hassan, working as consultant to Government of Kerala and the managing partner of Broadway Events operating in Kerala. So, in the previous section, we had a thorough understanding about the business plan, how we are going to write about a business plan, what the content wise, what are the main ingredients that should be added in the what do you call as a business plan. So, what is it? Why is it important? What are the major points that you have to debit when you are, when depicting the business plan. So all these are being undertaken, and you have mostly have given you the work to come up with the business plan accordingly. So irrespective of that, we feel that like in a real life situation, it is not easy to come up with a event management company and make it profitable. So irrespective of all the planning, all the sequences, we are monitoring it on a regular basis, but still it is found that many players who come to this lucrative sector fail to accomplish their objectives, and they'll have to shut it down. So why is it so? So we'll analyze the reasons for the failure of event management companies in detail. We'll start with the PPT right now. So why is it that the startup event management companies fail? You have to understand one thing, that this event management sector is a very, very, very lucrative industry. There are a lot of potentialities in this industry. There are a lot of opportunities in this industry. The entire population is your market. How you segment it, how you find the niche market, how you come up with the sub segments, which is your USP you're going to concentrate. All these are going to build up to your success factor with respect to this event management company. But at the same time, irrespective of all these activities, we feel that most of the players cannot make it out for a longer period of time. They cannot survive the industrial pressure. They cannot make up to their objectives. They cannot make up for the long run to sustain their position in the industry. Why is it so? So this needs a very clear clarification, very good understanding. Why do people who come up as an entrepreneur in this event management segment fail miserably, irrespective of undertaking all the analysis of the internal as well as external environment? They do the market research survey properly, they have a business plan intact, they know how to come up with the financial options. Still, where is it that there are certain points where you will have to stop and analyze whether we are going in the right direction. So we'll just share a few views in this regard. So first and the foremost reason we have identified as which makes an event management company fail is creating a large clientele base. Clients are very, very, very important. So what happens in what most of the time is that you'll be having a few regular customers who you will be very, 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 very enthusiastic to work with, because you are already built up a rapport with them, and you're getting like a recurring events from their side. So what happens is that you know this makes a entrepreneur feel mostly comfortable in that particular zone with that particular clientele base which they started with, and they fail to cater to approach new ones. So this actually leaves them at a point where like if the regular customers are not availing the services on time, then that is going to affect your organization. So for that, you will have to make sure that you have a regular client base, which is there. You're made a like loyal customer directory who will not put another client management company. Fair enough, that's good enough. but at the same time, approaching new ones and making them your clients is also very important. So you have to make your strategies in such a way that you retain your existing client base, at the same time you approach new ones in order to expand your business. So that's the first thing you have to keep in mind. Then second one is noted as a pure management skill. See, you can be a very good event planner. You have the creative skills, you have the, you have creative ideas at your disposal. You can convince your clients that, about your idea, your theme, unique theme. Everything is there. The creative side is completely perfect with your side. But at the same time, a good event planner may not be a good entrepreneur, because being an entrepreneur, the entrepreneur itself, it debits that you are into a high risk involved portfolio, because being an entrepreneur, you're coming up with something very new and innovative and you're trying your luck there. The risk is on a higher end, so is your returns. So what you require is, you have good creative skills, you have good team, but at the same time you should know how you're going to manage them. So managing the entire crew is very crucial. How you're going to optimally utilize all the resources, how you're going to spend your finances accordingly. So for that, what you require is not just an event planning skill, but beyond that, you should have thorough management skills in order to cater to special needs in each and every segment. Be it your client base, be it your employees, your team, be it the financial management part, be it the operational management part, be it the information system management part, the management of the resources you have in hand, the logistic part, all these will have to be carefully attended. So you should have good perspective about the event planning skills, but at the same time what is more important is how optimally you are going to utilize all the resources at your disposal. That is where your management skills are going to gain upper hand. So being a event planner is well, but at the same time you should have thorough management skills in order to sail through. Undercharging. Never undercharge with an assumption that it will help create a larger client base. So like there is a trend that is being seen with the event planners, that you undercharge your events. You are actually going to set lower price every time in order to make sure that your clients are happy and your clients are going to be loyal with you. But you have to understand one thing is that if at the end of the project, if it is just a break even, it's like no profit, no loss. You have a client base, but if you don't have no profit, that means like there is nothing worth investing your time and efforts in organizing the events. So finally, when you are an entrepreneur, you are setting your business, especially in a very lucrative sector like an event management sector. What you need to have is that you should have decent profits, because like giving on discounts or undercharging your events, you are certainly going to have a client base, but it's not always worth the effort you're going to put in. You definitely need to have a share of your profit, because that is going to add up to your inventory. You can have a better team coming up, you can add up to your resources, you can hire more experts into that, you can add up more color to your upcoming events. For that, you should have a base profit base. That is very important. So you cannot go on undercharging all your events, and then you cannot end up having no profits at all. It doesn't make a what do you call any sense in being in the business. So then insufficient capital, something related to the earlier point. This insufficient operating fund is actually one crucial thing that is going to be a failure part for your business. See, you always being an entrepreneur, you might be overestimating the investment requirement, And like you might underestimate the investment requirement at the same time, because you are in a dynamic industry where you have to adapt yourself to the changes rapidly. The changes in the environment are rapid changes, and you have to equip your organization in such a way that you can actually adapt to the changes much more easily. That is very, very important. For that, you have to have sufficient operating funds at your disposal. So if you're not making, you're undercharging every time and you're not making any profit, so how are you going to raise it? If your organization is not profitable, you're not going to get much more investors to invest in your organization. So that could be another hurdle. So you have to maintain in such a way that you have to have sufficient operating funds to get the show running. Then the location of the business is critical to success of the business. You have to be located in a place where you can have access to the potential customers. That is, the potential customer should have access to your office. The traffic accessibility, parking, lighting, all these are crucial things as far as the clients are concerned. The location of competitors, the history, the community flavor, the receptiveness of the new business at the prosperity sites, all these are crucial in order to maintain your client base and to acquire new ones. So, where you're located, the factors to attract the potential customers towards your organization, even the minute things like the traffic, the accessibility to your office, the parking available when they come to your office, the proper lighting of your premises, all these are very important. And because like people, the client base will always have a tendency to compare your environment with that of the competitors. So how appealing you look to your customers is really important, or else it will lead to failure. Then over expansion, expansion is required, but like you need to understand when and which is the most appropriate time to expand your business. You cannot just go on expanding. You cannot, like, you might be making profit, you're just making the profit again, add up to your investment, expanding like that. There is a limit. There is a sequence to which you can expand your business as and when appropriate. It's not always necessary. This is most of the people actually make a gimmick out of it. There's something like a window dressing. You are actually showing a business expansion, and you actually are making it confusing it with your success factor. It is not, maybe it is not always that you are completely successful and you are gaining big profits and that's the reason why you expand. No, it might be your gimmick, and that will actually lead to some kind of a failure, and can lead to bankruptcy in the long run. So focus on slow and steady growth, which is highly advisable. Yes, since you are in a lucrative field, in a very dynamic environment where you require to make changes as and when appropriate, but yes, always on a slow and steady pace, and not just to show off to your clients or to your competitors that okay, you are expanding like anything, but at the same time you are adding up to your capital. You don't have any profits, you're just adding up to your capital, and finally like no returns, no profits. You are actually knocking the door of bankruptcy. Don't do that. Disorganization. Clients are an event management company for or to organize for them. So like when a client is approaching you, they are actually the main criteria is that you need to organize everything for them. So once they are in your office, what they look for is how efficiently organized is your sector. So that is very important. Otherwise, you can leave a bad impression. Like right people, right resources at the right time and the right place holds good. Everything should be very neat and professional. The team should be very much like enthusiastic to greet the new clients coming up your way. The resources should be intact, that it should be presentable. The people inside the organization should be very presentable. See, the people actually inside the organization, they are going to be what do you call as the brand ambassadors of your organization, because they are going to create an image in the minds of your clients who are approaching you for the first time. This is the first hand information. This is the first hand impression you're going to leave in the minds of your clients. So you have to portray your organization in such a way that it is completely organized, so that this will actually add up to your confidence to your clients, leaving them with the fact that okay, these guys are completely organized in their sector, so obviously they're going to make the event very much oriented and very much organized. So that is the impression you're going to keep. So this will actually add up to the confidence of the client. And once you come up with an once you come up with an event planned accordingly, with well organized sector, then definitely they're going to come back to you, and they're going to stay loyal with you for a long period of time. So it depends on the impression you're going to create, the organization ability, the how well organized are you in your segment is going to get reflected in your all your events, and that is what the clients are really looking into. Finally, no website. So this is an era of networking. This is actually not a new term. This is the word as of present. Digital, virtual platform, websites are a must. So when we talk about the website, it is being considered as a basic requirement of any company. You should have a professional and well-designed website that is going to provide easy access to information related to the business and the service. So what are the services? You can give a lot of information in the gallery, where you can share your videos, your photographs of your previous events which you have done. You can give a testimony of the previous clients who were happy with you. So all these, before a company approaches you or an individual approaches you, they might be actually going through your website to get the first hand information. So that will actually give a very clear cut idea about what are the activities you are undertaken in the past, how well you are organized a sector, how happy your customers are, what are the resources you have, how you're going to plan everything. These are all details that will be there in your website. So based on the impression you leave in the website, that is going to get reflected in the mind of the client. So that is very, very important. And more importantly, in this modern era of networking, what you require more is more digitalized platform or more virtual platforms. How well you get connected with your clients. You have to maintain something like a constant connectivity. So Broadway events are coming up with a new platform for a digital a virtual platform, along with another organization called Virtual Name Connect. So here we are actually going to have a hands-on agreement with them, because they are the virtual creators. The Virtual Name Connect is an organization where they are going in for networking. So how is it possible? The digital card, the business cards are going to get digitalized. So what is the importance of having a virtual digital card? Is that you can share that infinite number of times with any clients or any prospective people, as a matter of fact. And they are actually coming up with a virtual platform where a portfolio can be created. So the portfolio of your organization, that will be like a mini website. So even if your organization is not having a website of your own, you can actually come up with something like a portfolio, like getting connected with the new company or something like that. So they are actually going to give an insight about your social media accounts, everything in a single click. That's a concept. And more importantly, they're coming up with a customized, categorized professional directory. All this will help you to ensure that you are networked and you are live in the system. It's an era of virtual platform, virtual digitalized platform. So you have to enhance your organization to the next level, or else it will be wiped out from the industry forever. So upgrade yourself, which is very important. So maybe in the upcoming sessions, I might be able to give you a better understanding about the digital platform and how this virtual platform is going to give a boom to the event management industry in general. So these were the reasons for the failure some of the notable reasons which you have to bear in your mind when you're coming up with your new event management company. So, as a learning question, I would like to leave you with the question for your understanding. You have to identify the reasons responsible for the failure of an event company. On your perspective, where you are located, what are the, you have your business plan. You can come up with a detailed business plan of your final business idea based on the business opportunity search, and along with that you can identify the reasons, possible reasons based on your circumstance, based on your environment in which you are situated. You can identify the factors which can be contributed as reasons, possible reasons for failure for such startup companies. So with this we end up the module on business plan. And this is something very very important which I keep telling you all the time, because that this is actually very important, to the extent that a business plan becomes the most important document which you should have in your hand, which is actually like a guideline based on which you can monitor your progress. You can actually put some halt in between. You can evaluate to what extent you are being successful, what are the new additions that you will have to make up, what are the changes you will have to come up with, how adaptive you have to be to the changes in the environment. All this can be considered by keeping this as a checklist with you. So with this, we come to the end of this module on business plan. I hope that it was interesting and like worth sharing my experience and the theoretical knowledge about it. So thank you so much for being in this platform. So looking forward to come up with more modules in this regard. Thank you so much. And this is Dr. Meera signing off. Thank you so much.